a 28-year-old software engineer, had always been meticulous in everything she did. Whether it was coding a complex program or planning a vacation, she paid attention to every detail. So when she and her husband, Zane, decided to take a trip to Singapore for a tech conference, Hannah made sure everything was perfectly organized. Zane, a financial analyst with a laid-back attitude, trusted Hannah completely when it came to planning their trips. He admired her for her precision and enjoyed the carefree ease of letting her handle the details. This time, they were particularly excited because they had decided to extend their stay in Singapore after the conference to explore the city's vibrant culture and attractions. They spent the first 2 days attending the conference, networking with professionals from around the world. On the third day, with the conference behind them, Hannah and Zane decided to visit Sentosa Island, a popular destination known for its beaches, theme parks, and scenic beauty. They planned to spend the whole day there, enjoying the attractions and relaxing by the sea. The day started beautifully. They took the cable car to Sentosa, soaking in the panoramic views of the city and the ocean. Hannah couldn't help but smile as she looked at Zane, who was busy taking pictures with his camera, capturing every moment of their journey. After a few hours of exploring the island, they found themselves at Palawan Beach, one of Sentosa's most picturesque spots. The white sand, clear blue water, and swaying palm trees made it the perfect place to unwind. Hannah and Zane laid out their beach towels, sat down, and let the gentle sound of the waves lull them into a state of relaxation. As they enjoyed the peaceful atmosphere, Hannah noticed a young couple nearby setting up a picnic. The woman was laughing as she tried to open a bottle of Coke, while the man was busy arranging food on a blanket. It reminded Hannah of the early days of her own relationship with Zane, and she reached over to give his hand a squeeze. It was then that she realized something was wrong. Her engagement ring, the ring that Zane had given her when he proposed 3 years ago, was missing from her finger. Panic surged through her as she quickly checked the sand around her, hoping it had just slipped off, but there was no sign of it. "Zane, my ring, it's gone," she exclaimed, her voice trembling with fear. Zane looked at her in disbelief, then immediately joined her in searching the sand. They combed through the area around their towels, digging their fingers into the sand, but the ring was nowhere to be found. "Hannah, think carefully. When was the last time you remember seeing it?" Zane asked, trying to stay calm. Hannah's mind raced as she tried to retrace her steps. She remembered wearing the ring that morning when they left their hotel. She had checked it while they were on the cable car, admiring how the sunlight made the diamonds sparkle, but after that, she couldn't recall looking at it again. "I must have lost it somewhere on the island," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. Zane took a deep breath. "It's okay, we'll find it. Let's start by checking the places we visited earlier." They began retracing their steps, asking staff members at the attractions if anyone had turned in a ring, but each time, they were met with sympathetic shakes of the head. The hours passed, and the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the island. Despite their best efforts, the ring was still missing. By the time they returned to Palawan Beach, Hannah was on the verge of tears. She felt a deep sense of loss, not just because the ring was valuable, but because of the memories and emotions it symbolized. Zane, sensing her distress, wrapped his arms around her and pulled her close. "We'll figure this out, Hannah," he said softly. "Let's take a break and think about what to do next." They sat down on their towels again, the sound of the waves now feeling more melancholic than soothing. Hannah couldn't shake the feeling of guilt. She prided herself on being careful and organized, yet she had lost something so precious. Just as she was about to suggest they head back to the hotel and report the loss, a voice interrupted her thoughts. "Excuse me, did you lose something?" Hannah and Zane looked up to see the woman from the picnic earlier standing in front of them, holding something in her hand. The woman smiled as she opened her palm to reveal a sparkling diamond ring. Hannah gasped in shock. "That's my ring. Where did you find it?" The woman explained that she and her partner had gone for a walk along the beach after their picnic and had spotted the ring partially buried in the sand a few meters away. Recognizing it as something valuable, they had decided to look for its owner before leaving the island. Tears of relief filled Hannah's eyes as she took the ring from the woman's hand. "Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me." The woman smiled warmly. "I'm glad we could help. I would have been devastated if I lost something like this. I'm happy it's back where it belongs." After thanking the couple profusely, Hannah and Zane watched as they walked away, hand in hand. Hannah slipped the ring back onto her finger, vowing never to take it for granted again. As they packed up their things and prepared to leave Sentosa, Hannah looked at Zane, who was smiling at her with a mix of relief and affection. Despite the stress of the day, they had come through it together, and that made the bond between them even stronger. On the way back to the hotel, Hannah held Zane's hand tightly, grateful for his support and the kindness of strangers. She knew that this trip would always be memorable, not just for the beauty of Singapore, but for the reminder that sometimes, even in the most organized of lives, things can go wrong. But with love, patience, and a little help from others, they could always find their way back.